Hi, welcome. It's been a while, so thank you for being here. It's been a while, especially since I think I've done a reading down here, and so I had to. There's still a whole bunch of chaos back there, but now I've tamed the chaos. I've decluttered a little bit, all the crafts and arts projects, and sorry if that's loud. And it's just good to be down here in my little den of creativity. So thank you for being here. And I'm using the Zodiac Tarot, one of our favorites. So we're going to see what energy is here. What is here for us? This, just take what resonates, leave the rest. Feel into how this makes you feel. You know the drill. Where these energies might be showing up in your life, and then we'll along the way talk about things to maybe take advantage of while navigating whatever you're navigating, and things to watch out for. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, we have the Strength card right at the heart of our reading. Okay. Oh golly, and the Ten of Swords in the challenge position. You guys, what are you going through right now? Or what have you been through? This feels more like we've come to this we'll get into it. The overall energy, the Tower. Holy shite. What the heck? What's going on? Okay. Well, the Tower is all about disruption. So, and I don't know, because this is like a collective kind of like we're doing it here versus like one-on-one. We can also, because a lot of times when I start, I'll set an intention that whoever's meant to see this, it's for you in some way. And then also it can be zoomed out to the larger world stage and see, what we're dealing with. Well, obviously the world stage is this. We know that. We know it's kind of always that, but it's always the opposite of that. It's the both and. But when we look out there, yeah, there's a lot of disruption going on. But in our own personal lives, where do you feel a sense that the ground is shaking things up? Like things aren't so stable. And not necessarily, it doesn't have to be good or bad. You know how I don't believe in that. We read everything in the cards, the both and. The Tower, what happens with disruption when that tower comes down, because that's what's happening. The people are falling out because that tower got by lightning, it's coming down. It's like, what's left in its place? What can be built in the space that once held these old rigid structures? That's usually a very like hopeful, like opportunity type of feeling, right? So, and then we have Strength challenged by the Ten of Swords. Before we go too deep, at a high level, this feels like you're through that disruption. There's the strength that has always been there is being allowed to emerge in that space. The Ten of Swords being in the challenge position is that you've come to the end. The tens are like an ending, a cycle being completed, and swords are all mind energy. So it's like what has been either weighing on your mind or like so much anxiety, like the 9 and 10 of swords is usually like this worry, anxiety, just like the thoughts just like ruminating, or the hamster wheel, whatever that is for you. Something that's been really hard is coming to an end, and then the story with the Ten of Swords is like this person has treated all of that just because they see the new day is dawning, like that same feeling of a blank space in which to emerge, something better. They see everything that came before as a blessing in some sense. Like, of course that had to happen to get me to step into and feel the strength that's always been here, to let it shine through, to feel it, to embody it. So to me, with just 3 little cards, we've already got all of that. So it feels really big. It feels really big. So what's going on in your life right now? Okay, so that's the start. Let's get deeper. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords. Ooh, All right. And just, oh my God. There's a lot of swords in these because she always has the sword of truth. It's justice. And the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so something, let's just start with this. These three kind of, Queen of Swords is something like, is asking you to be discerning about something. So she's like, if I had one word, it's discernment. Justice is all about truth seeking and truth telling and stepping into a truth, embodying your truth, right? It's also about balance. So it's not so much, that to me, it's kind of the same thing as truth. If it wasn't true, it wouldn't feel balanced. You know how we feel sort of like extremey sometimes, like all in or all out, or whatever your two extremes are. If it's at the extremes, it doesn't feel like truth. Truth has this feeling of balance to it. So feel into that. Where do you feel like something's calling you back from extremes, trying to discern where my happy middle ground of this situation I'm navigating is? Where is the middle ground? Because it's usually where the truth is. It's usually the balance. That's where that is. And it's usually where like equanimity is, meaning it's not all one way or another. It's not black or white thinking. You're looking into the nuance. And that's why discernment's needed, is because it's like you're navigating something to like see what has been hidden up to now, what might be hidden if you just were to gloss over it. Because swords are very like fast, airy energy where you just kind of can breeze past something, So the Four of Pentacles is a very grounded energy. It's asking us to question, where do I feel a sense of like rootedness while navigating this situation? Or is it leading me out of this air, way up in that old tower? We're falling down to the ground, to the earth, to become rooted, to become more in our body, to feel the fullness, not all be all up here all the time or in the worry, but really get embodied through whatever we're navigating. So let's keep getting more specific or deeper. So, wow, this still feels really big. I love the Four of Pentacles being here because it's usually like, it kind of feels like asking ourselves, where do I find safety, security, a sense of belonging even? Because that's like grounded everyday life energy where we're usually clutching to this whatever idea that makes us feel grounded, or like we're here. Like, what makes you feel like you're here in the body? Because I say that because there's so much sword energy that's coming to an end. Like maybe that's the past, like you've been a little bit up here, a little bit like the tightness in the chest with anxiety or wherever it shows up for you is coming to an end. So it's like what comes next is going to take discerning into your own truth to say, where is my center? Where is my rootedness? Where do I feel the most rooted? What people do I need around me? What all my everyday life circumstances, because it's everyday life here, the Four of Pentacles. Like, where do you find that in your life? And it's not going to be in ideas. It's not going to be in, endless searching on social media, like, oh, let me see what worked for them or what works for them, or like it's going to be searching, you're discerning something from the inside. Okay, because it's that justice is here and that's all your truth. It's nobody else's. Okay, so the Chariot. I should show you these closer. The Chariot is a very quick, very fast energy. And the Three of Wands. Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. These two cards, the Tower and the Three of Wands, have that same kind of like, oh, there's an open space now. After the Tower comes down, that's exactly what we want to see is the Three of Wands. It's like, okay, what are you going to build now? you're looking out at this vast landscape. You're holding onto the wand, your passion, your drive, your motivation. You're like, you're holding on to your yes. Yes, that just like you're fired up. Wands are fire energy. The Chariot is fast, and it's the card of getting into the driver's seat of your life, of being able to navigate between the extremes of light and dark. Oh, take, light and dark, just meaning any duality, any, extremes, any opposites, and you're cutting right through the center. Everything is calling us into the center of our being, stepping into our strength, stepping into our truth, getting in the driver's seat, looking out at this what came to an end. I can't believe how these are all lining up to tell the same story, to make this story big. The 10 of Swords is saying that's come to an end. All of that old crap, it came down. It's over. You learned your lessons. That's the blessing. You're taking those with you. No regrets kind of vibe. This is like, okay, what's next? Oh my God, what card's going to come next? Let's see where this takes us. And then we can do some clarifications if we have time. We have time. And we have the 10 of Wands, you guys. Okay, we're getting into a little bit more of the feeling of this reading, like what this might have to do with or what energies to navigate. So the 10 of Wands, I can't believe we have the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands being another cycle, like another completion energy. This time it's, what this is about is like all of that worry has felt like a burden. These are you dropping all 10 wands and feeling like you've just dropped so much burdening. You've dropped your burdens. You've dropped them. But it's like a lightness has emerged. It's just, you are dropping all of that, the hard stuff that happened along the way, whatever it was. And it might not be actual, real, tangible circumstances. It all still feels like this. The 10 of Swords, it all feels like it was made with the mind. And this is like, it got you kind of burnt up with it, with the fire energy. It's like it was all, let's just say it was all consuming. Whatever you've been navigating just feels like it's been all consuming on your mind, causing the worries, causing those feelings. And now this is saying, no, it's time to drop them. Because this person, the story is, they've been carrying all these heavy wands the whole time, and they can't even see through them. They're just like, they keep picking them up, and like they're obscuring the reality. Whatever you've been picking up along the way, thinking this is for me, this is for me, this is for me, and it's obscuring your path. It's obscuring your path. So it's like, oh, wait a minute, these aren't mine. These aren't meant for me. Drop them. And then what emerges is the path ahead. So because that's our ending card, let's see what comes next. I feel like we want to use the Wild Unknown Tarot for our clarifications. Let's see. I need to shuffle these a little bit. Wow, what are you going through? I'm excited for you that you've got so many of these like old, like when we have the Tower, this feels very disruptive. So are you navigating a job change, a life change? Like it seems big. Like are you moving? Are you like, it could be a relationship, but I don't see a lot of relationship, like romantic relationship energy here. It just feels like something fundamental to your path, your journey through life. It feels like the mind stuff is just what it really feels like with the Justice card here is like stepping into your truth. And the Queen of Swords is like really discerning and trusting your own truth because she's so wise and powerful, but she has this energy of like stepping of like She used to. Let's just say her journey has been one of like, as she's escalated up to the queen status, she might have been one who, we're just storytelling here, so she might have been one who was like doubting herself. She had some doubts, which has turned into, as she stepped into her own strength, that doubting energy has evolved into a real discernment of what's meant for her and what's not meant for her. And you've come to this place through this, like discerning your own truth and where you feel rooted in life. Like, what's the bare minimum you need to feel rooted? That could be a fruitful question, because there's a lot of dropping happening, a lot of like old structures, all of that we built up in life, like it's all coming down so that you can step into your what's next. Okay. God dang. So let's see. Well, let's try to get a sense of, let's set an intention to see like how to navigate the way forward. What might be, yeah. We have the Four of Swords. Oh, look at that little sheepy, little lamb. Four of Swords. Oh my God. The Nine of Swords. Look at all this sword energy. And the Son of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. Okay, so right here at the center, we have the Nine of Swords. So it feels like this Nine of Swords is like so much, when I said 9 and 10, that's like the most anxiety, the most worry, the most, it's like the whatever's been building through life, it's like reached the pinnacle, right? So it's like whatever you're dropping feels like all of that's being dropped. And it means going into, so the way forward, if you haven't dropped that yet, if this is like a premonition of what's to come versus like what's already, like if you've already dropped it, that's different. This feels like for those of you who have yet to take that final, not a step, but like to, yeah, if you just haven't totally let it dissolve yet, sternum popped, this is for you. As the Nine of Swords is here saying, all it takes is like looking up and realizing there's comfort already here. Now that's easier said than done. But what this is saying, the way forward, is the Four of Swords, which is you deep, like you, it's asking us to go into the quiet of ourselves. Like I said earlier, this is not about seeking outward of like, oh, that might be good, that might be good, or talking to other people and seeing what they think, because the Queen of Swords, like this is all this is all an inside job. That's where you're going to get your answers. The Four of Swords is the card of you seeking your higher wisdom through quietude. Usually there's a picture of like laying down, kind of like seeking, like talking to your higher self kind of image. So whatever that is for you, meditate, go on a walk, be in nature. Whatever, and what it kind of feels like in the Nine of Swords, to ground down that air energy, maybe it is nature. Whatever makes you feel rooted is the way forward. You've got you've got fours here. So there's something asking you, what makes you feel stable? Because fours are about stability, and you've got two of them, along with a lot of mind energy. So it's like whoosh. It's like the Knight of Wands is this energy of like taking action toward your passion. And it's also asking us to maybe get fired up about something, but not in the extreme way, but like really, after all of this settles, what can emerge is like what, and talk about justice, whatever your truth is, usually has this like yes energy, like this, that fires me up. I'm excited about that. So when you go into the quietude, really question like, where, like about like, why are all these doubt thoughts here? Why are the doubt thoughts suppressing my natural curiosities and my natural inclinations? Like what are you naturally fired up about? Or what were you in the past? And you're like, yeah, what happened to that? You know, that could be a question. And if you're navigating a specific situation, because that's pretty broad, that's like, I'm speaking in broad terms because this feels very big, as in like a life change, like a turning point in life kind of big. So it's like whatever you've been worried about, whatever's been doing, like getting you all riled up in the mind and causing a lot of anxiety and worry, with that gone, what is already here within you that wants to be expressed, that'll help you step into this beautiful strength of character? You know, is it a hobby that you want to put some more like passion into without overthinking things? Because there's a lot of overthinking energy leading up to this point that is falling away. So that could be something that's being called for, is like, stop the overthinking. Don't doubt yourself. Don't second guess yourself. Your answers are already here if you go in to the quietude to question, like to really seek your own self. Like, who are you? So that's what this is pointing to. I feel like we could go deeper, but I feel like the answer, because it feels like on the precipice of that dropping away of the mind energy. And that is, you know what? Something does want me to get a little clarification on that Four of Swords. Like, what would be a really beautiful question, maybe? I kind of want to use these guys. This is the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. Like, because you might be like, well, how do I talk to my higher self? Like, how do I listen for my truth? How do I recognize it when it is spoken, versus allowing more doubt thoughts to keep spinning? I'm kind of curious about that. Like what energies to like really tap into when we're in nature, in our own quietude. Oh my geez Louise. There's Nine of Swords right here again, you guys. This is wild to me. Like, how's that possible? Three of Cups. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. The Eight of Swords. Oh my gosh. There's a new, okay. So he said the intention or the question was like, when you go into the quietude, how to know or discern, or what energies to like tap into to know when you're hearing your truth. This is beautiful because there's like this, they're both sword energy here on the bookends of the clarification. Right here at the center, the Three of Cups is a celebratory energy. Okay, so it's like, and it's heart, it's like heart opening energy through celebration. So it's like, and togetherness and harmony. So all of those are the feelings. So whatever is spoken to you in your intuitive guidance while you go into your quietude, it's going to have that flavor. Okay, so think about those words like celebratory, where you're just like, oh yes, it just feels good, because the mind does everything, because you have so many swords here. There's so many swords here. That's all mind. It's a total opposite. Talk about extremes. The opposite of that is going to be heart energy. It's going to be feeling, heart opening, celebratory, yes, togetherness, harmony. It's going to feel like all of that. And here on the bookends, you have the Nine of Swords, which is the waking up from this. Like it's like the looking up, and the Ace of Swords is that fresh clarity. Aces are like this brand new, freshness feeling. So you're going to have a freshness of mind, a clarity. It's the card of like just abundant, vivid, fresh clarity. So whatever that is, so it might be something new. If you are navigating something like, well, the old way versus something new, this is here to say like the old ways, like these cycles are ending. Whatever the old way was is coming down. This is going to feel fresh and new. Okay, so if you don't know what it is yet, it's gonna look some like completely different. Okay, and if you do know what it is, this could be a sign that it's like that new thing. It If it's the thing to go toward, it's going to have that celebratory energy within your body. It's going to feel like, yes, that's what I want. I want more of that in my life. Okay. So that's it for now. Good luck navigating this. Again, it feels big and very positive. I know that sword energy is hard. The hardest thing we navigate in life, I swear, is like what our own minds do to us. So just know it's not fundamental to who you are. It's just the mind doing mind things. It's just on that hamster wheel doing like all it can to keep you in this old tower, this old rigid structure. But it's coming down. It's coming down. And so it's time to get rooted into the body, into this heart over like opening this energy. And it's really calling you, these two truth seeking cards is what it's really all about. What is your biggest truth of what fires you up? Because if every human on earth could find that, if we could all find that, this world would be totally different in the best way, right? So that's why it feels big. So thank you for being here, and I hope to be doing more of these without this big break in between. But yeah, I just love it so much. So thank you for sharing that. Bye.